After a year like 2023, a year marked in the House of Representatives by Republican infighting, the ouster of a speaker, and growing legal peril for the former president, you would think that House Republicans would want to turn the page and try their hand at some actual legislating. It is unfortunate, but not surprising, that the MAGA wing of the Republican Party seems impervious to learning from its recent past. They seem committed to the same political stunts that have, by any measure, made their majority the least productive Congress in modern history. Their own members acknowledge how little they have accomplished. So here we are again, just days before a government shutdown, with war raging in Gaza and Ukraine, with Americans at home facing real problems that require our attention. House Republicans want us to know that their highest priority is, once again, Hunter Biden. And why are they chasing Hunter Biden? They are certainly not chasing him because they have uncovered evidence of any wrongdoing by President Biden or the Biden administration. Over the course of this investigation, such as it is, we have collected thousands of pages of documents and spoken to more than a dozen witnesses. One of those witnesses was Special Counsel David Weiss, who took the unprecedented step of sitting for an interview in the middle of an ongoing criminal investigation. After all of that work, House Republicans have found not a shred of evidence to suggest that President Biden was anything other than a supportive father to his son, or that his administration in any way exerted political pressure on the investigation into Hunter Biden's conduct. True, every few days, House Republicans hold up some copy of a bank record or excerpt from a transcript and claim that at long last they have finally found the smoking gun. But like clockwork, often within minutes, each new claim is thoroughly debunked. Then a few days pass and they do it again, and round we go. If Chairman Jordan and Chairman Comer were really interested in letting the American people see just how little they have found to support their accusations, they would release the transcripts of our interviews in full, instead of cherry-picking words out of context to mislead the public. For that matter, if House Republicans were genuinely interested in hearing testimony from Hunter Biden, they would have honored their initial offer to have Mr. Biden testify in public. I understand Mr. Biden is still willing to appear at a public hearing at the time and place of the chairman's choosing. I hear my Republican colleagues when they say that a congressional subpoena must be honored exactly as it is written. But you will forgive me if their newfound care for the institution sounds a little thin. This whole investigation is premised on the claim that the president is somehow profiting from his office. Let's set aside for the moment the fact that this claim is entirely evidence-free. No, I have trouble taking this new interest in foreign corruption seriously because these same Republicans did nothing while President Trump took millions from foreign interests in violation of the Emoluments Clause to the Constitution. Thanks to our Democratic colleagues on the Oversight Committee, we now know that Trump received at least $7.8 million from 20 foreign governments, including the governments of China, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates, while he was in office and while he was negotiating with those same governments. Unless it is to defend the former president, House Republicans are steadfastly silent when it comes to Donald Trump's actual, open, documented corruption. But they need to hold Hunter Biden in contempt because he once paid his father $1,400 for a 2018 Ford Raptor? Please. Republicans say that this contempt vote is necessary because it's important for the committee to defend its prerogatives. Again, this new concern for the rights and privileges of the Judiciary Committee seems wholly insincere. As we speak, the Homeland Security Committee is holding an impeachment hearing. By all reports, they intend to bypass judiciary altogether to bring articles of impeachment to the floor. The Constitution gives the sole power of impeachment to the House of Representatives, and for the whole of modern history, the House has delegated that authority to this committee, until today. I do not know whether the decision to cede our jurisdiction to House Homeland was made with Chairman Jordan's blessing or over his objection, but either way, it is a terrible precedent. The decision has permanently diminished us. It weakens future chairmen of both parties. And you have ceded this ground, apparently, so that you have time to bully the president's son. And let us not forget the elephant in the room. House Republicans say that we must force Hunter Biden to comply with this subpoena. But they said nothing when Attorney General Barr and White House counsel Don McGahn stonewalled this committee. They cheered the former president on when he vowed never to comply with any of our requests. And the chairman himself blew off a valid subpoena for his testimony from the January 6th Select Committee. What chutzpah, what gall. Whatever technical excuses you made for yourself at the time, Mr. Chairman, I assure you Hunter Biden is the same. This committee has an obligation to work in good faith towards an accommodation with Hunter Biden, and to my knowledge, there is no precedent for holding a person in contempt who remains willing to testify. You may score points with the MAGA base by forcing this vote today, but you threaten to do real damage to our ability to secure evidence and testimony in the future. As with so much of this Republican Congress, there is a reasonable deal to be had here. House Republicans just refuse to take it. This contempt report is poorly timed, riddled with factual errors, and rife with hypocrisy. It has nothing to do with solving real problems for real people. I urge my colleagues to oppose it, and I hold out hope that this committee will return to more pressing work someday soon. I yield back.